Welcome to the Socially Unfiltered podcast,
where we'll be taking you along for our deep dives and doom scrolls through social media, entrepreneurship, and pop culture.
We're your hosts, Lex and Veronica, and together we're looking at everything through an unfiltered lens on the things that shape our everyday lives and society.
So grab a drink and get ready to explore the uncharted territories of online trends, share candid conversations, and uncover the stories behind the headlines.
This is the Socially Unfiltered podcast. Our 50th episode.
Happy 50. Wow, weird. Last week was our first anniversary, right? And this week is 50.
It's our episodes. 50.
Two big milestones. Cute.
50 Cent. I love that for us. I cannot believe we've showed up here 50 fucking times yapping.
It's amazing we haven't run out of things to say yet.
I know.
We won't, but it's amazing that we haven't yet.
It actually is pretty wild. Like the fact that we even yesterday planned the next 6 episodes in 10 minutes, not even. I think that's wild that we just be yapping about everything.
Right.
Never running out of things.
And we do multiple parts of certain topics, which I also feel like is we have not just one episode worth to say about some stuff. We have
a lot to say. We have 3 hours worth to say about it.
And probably more. That's the extended version of the episodes. Just now when we briefed for 30 minutes before we started.
Yeah, we just yapped for 30 minutes before we even hit the record button. So there's that.
It was all very important stuff. And actually, some of it even fit into what our episode is about today. So it wasn't totally useless of a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks for joining us for either 50 episodes, 1 episode, 20, whatever. It means the world that you're even listening to us on your way to work or cleaning your house or wherever you're listening or watching. So thank you so much for supporting us. Here's to 50 more. And yeah, we can get started on our little ep today. It's all about the DIY things. You're a DIY
girlies.
Yes.
Which is weird. So we talked about that before we even talked about any of the stuff on the list. It is, I know everybody kind of does their own self-care and beauty routines and stuff, but I feel like some of the stuff that you and I both do is not stuff that people are doing at home.
No.
I'm genuinely convinced, and this is not to put down anybody who has obviously trained for a very long time and you're licensed and you're educated on these things, but I am genuinely convinced that I could learn to do anything from a YouTube video, not on anybody else, on myself. And that is up for debate of whether it looks good, but it gets the job done.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about
me,
this.
and that's literally all that matters. So
it's done. It's checked off of the list.
It is
I didn't
wild,
spend hundreds of dollars.
Exactly. We save so much money that we can use for other ventures and other things.
Yes.
If you don't know what we mean by DIY, we mean we literally do everything of from self-care to even real life things we do ourselves, hair, nails, waxing, brows, self-tanner, lashes. Did I miss anything? Teeth whitening? I don't
know literally everything. It's been
everything.
There's very few things. And again, I don't say any of this to knock anybody who does any of this professionally. Obviously, I think you are worth every minute of your time that you are paid for. But there's a lot of really big investments that come with a lot of that stuff. And very time consuming. Think about a nail appointment. Even if I spend a long time doing my nails at home, at least I can stand up and take a break. It's not always just about not wanting to spend the money on it, but it's, again, we just have a very long list of things that we both do.
Yeah. I've always loved doing this stuff. I think just from being an only child, I just always was trying to learn something new on YouTube or how can I do something? And I've always been very girly. So I think that's where that stems from. But I also didn't have the money growing up to be able to go and get my nails done or go and get a wax. I remember my mom taught me how to pluck my eyebrows when I was first starting to do my eyebrows, and she showed me how to wax your armpits because my mom was also doing that, and my mom did nails, does nails for a living, so she taught me how to do nails. And so I feel it's that aspect of it too, but once you start like saving money on these things and you're like, wait, realizing how much things actually cost, you're like, whoa, I can save myself so much money by
Mhm.
learning it and doing it at home. Not to say it is for everybody. And it's, I'm sure, nice to like go and have a relaxing like appointment and not have
Oh,
to
for sure.
worry about doing these things like on a monthly basis or whatever, bi-weekly basis. But
Mhm.
this is just what works for us. So totally not knocking any professional, or if you do go and get all these things done, like literally love that for you because you
Mhm.
can get pampered, and that is a treat. Like
Mhm.
I don't feel pampered by myself, obviously.
No, it's, like, actually a chore when I have to
Yeah.
do all of these things,
It's a
but it's
job.
yeah, no, exactly like you said. It's not there's nothing wrong with going to get any of these things done, but I think like, I know for myself, the hardest part of a lot of these things were the first few times, and it took a few
Mhm.
times of doing it, and I think a lot of this stuff is actually easier than people might realize. Like,
Yeah.
I know for me, like, for one self-tanner, like, it took me a really long time to, like, figure out a good self-tanner routine that, like,
Mhm.
the first time I used it, I was, like, streaky and, like, didn't hit
Yes.
everywhere, and I'm like, "I'm literally like, what the fuck? Like, this is not a good time. I'm never doing this again," and didn't use self-tanner for a very long
Yeah.
time, and then honestly, TikTok kinda helped a lot with that. Not that I don't wanna go into the full thing right now because I think we're still talking about, like it's strange that we both do a lot of these things because
Mhm.
not a lot of people do, but with that being said, I think if you have maybe tried anything on this list and didn't have a good experience with it, try again. There's different methods. I think a lot of it is just learning curves in the beginning. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think that's just important to note. A lot of this stuff is easier to do on yourself than you might think, and that's not to say that it's easy to do, that people don't, like, need to be
Yeah.
professionally trained for it.
Mhm.
Because again, whether they look good to other people is up for debate, but they
Mhm.
look good to us, and that's
It's all
all
that
that
matters.
matters.
Yeah, I've never met any like, none of my friends some of them do, like, a few things themselves, but not, like, the list that we have of everything
Mhm.
we do. But maybe we should talk about the things we do go and get done, like, that
Mhm.
we pay a professional for. Like, I know we both go and get our hair done,
Mhm.
by professionals because we have extensions, and,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm convinced if we really tried, we could do, like, some type of extension method on ourselves,
I
but
used to put tape-ins on myself.
same.
I mean, it was a
During COVID.
disaster. Yeah, it was a
Mhm.
disaster, but it got like, we
Yeah.
fucking made it work, but I no, I see this is, again, not to discredit April, Mariah, if either of you are
Oh
listening to
my
this, you
god,
guys
yeah,
are
no.
wizards, magicians at what you do, but I have a delusional aspect in my brain that makes me think I could do literally anything I put my mind to for more than an hour,
Same,
and I really think we could put bead-in
because we
extensions on
do.
each other.
I agree. I'm sure we could learn and do them
Yeah.
on each other. Like, there's again, like, you can learn these things. It is a lot of
Mhm.
education, especially, like, hair extensions. Like, that
Mhm.
is really big trait that you need to learn. It's not just like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it once and it's gonna be great," especially, like, the ones we have. We have, like, sewn in ones, so
Mhm.
literally they get sewn into our head, and, like, that's very difficult. It's a very long appointment, takes a
Wait,
lot of
wait, wait, wait,
skill.
wait, wait, wait. We need to specify for anybody who is not familiar because the last time I said it this way, somebody thought I meant legit there's a needle, like, sewing it into your scalp. It's sewn into little beads that are put in your hair,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is why it's called
Not into
sewing.
your scalp. That would be true, like, beauty's pain. Yeah, so we go and do that. I used to dye my own hair because my mom works at a salon and she would get me the hair dye.
Mhm.
So I did that for a little bit. Sometimes I still go back and forth between having her do it or me doing it myself, but
Mhm.
I would
Mhm.
say Botox, we go and get that done because we can't do it
Yes.
ourselves.
Anything that involves a needle, I will go
Yeah.
get that done. Wait, I actually okay, wait, this is actually bringing a really weird topic. So one that would normally be on some stuff that we go get done, but I'm now realizing I can officially move it to the other one. So I've like not said anything about this because I feel like it is a very like maybe controversial thing to like do at home, and I wanted to make sure that the one that I got was actually working before I said anything.
The laser hair removal?
Yes, and
Oh my god, I have one in my cart right now.
it's been working. So I
Stop.
think
I wonder if it's the one I have in my cart.
wait,
Will
yeah,
you
I
send it
can
to me?
send it to you.
Link it.
Yes, we will link it down in the description. But I've been scared to say anything because I do think that anything with like a big like device like that is a little
Yeah.
questionable. And I think like who knows, like 5, 10 years from now, I could be getting cancer in my legs. Like it just is what it is. But
Mhm.
I paid for a lot of professional laser hair removal, and even with those sessions, like you don't see a change after the first one. Like it takes 2 or 3 for you to like really start to notice it. So I've been using this one just on my legs for the last, like, I think the first time I did it was the beginning of June. And I've been doing it like once a week. And I'm just now starting to notice. Like at first I was like, "Oh my god, I've done this like 6 or 7 times, like I'm not seeing anything." But I think taking into account that it's an at home, so it's probably a
Yeah.
lot less powerful than a professional one. And with
Mhm.
professional sessions, you still don't see change for a
Right.
few months. It's very, very minimal, but I can see it and I'm very happy about it. So that's something that I have officially taken off of this list that I pay to go get done, at least for now, until
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes for a couple more weeks. But I just didn't wanna say anything about it until I, like, knew that it was working and that, like, everything with it
Mhm.
was fine. So I'll share the link with you, but
I love that.
very
I need
excited
it.
about that.
I have the, 'cause I saw this girl post and she's been posting about it for months, and I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it," because 'cause she's been, like, posting her results for
Mhm.
months now, and I'm like, "Okay." And it's called the INZA laser hair removal ice cooling function.
Oh, mine
I
has
don't
that feature. I wonder if that's it. Hold on, let me pull it up. Oh, no. I had, like, 100 of these in my Amazon cart when I was trying to figure out which one, and I had that one in there, but I ended up going with this one. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the link to
Okay,
it.
perfect. I haven't ripped it yet, so that's really good to know. It's, like, so funny that you even brought that up because I just put it in my cart today,
Oh, it's
like, before
literally
this
on sale.
episode, so
It's on
meant to
Prime
be.
Day.
Love that. Perfect. Alright, well, I will report back on that once I start doing that too. I'm excited
Yes, I'm
because
excited for you to do it too.
okay, what else do we pay for to get?
Um,
Spray tan sometimes, like,
mhm,
but now my mom's a spray tan artist, so I don't have to, but
mhm,
sometimes I would go and do a spray tan, but most of the time,
mhm.
do it at home.
Um, we
What
said
else?
Botox. I mean, facials and stuff. I mean, I have what I
Yeah.
consider a pretty good at home, like, version that I do in between going to get, like, professional ones. Because you go way more often for professional ones than I do. I think mine is just, like, out of the way, and, like, I
Mhm.
feel like I really like my at home one for in between, but
Yeah.
I go get pretty consistent hydrofacials, like, every 2 or 3 months, and then in between, we'll do
Mhm.
at-home versions.
Yeah. Yeah, facials I think are really good investments because
Mhm,
it's just nice to relax, especially when you do so many things at home. Like, it's
mhm.
nice to relax
Yeah,
and have somebody pamper you, so that's something I do try to do, like, every 2 to 3 months, but I feel like it's usually, like, leaning on the 3-month side.
mhm.
Dermaplaning, like, I feel like that's worth it too,
Oh, see,
but
I'll
I
do
also
that
do
at
that at
home.
home.
That I
Yeah.
do think is
But
also
mine is
very
included with my Botox,
yes, so
so
that's yours
I will
makes
just
yes. If I got it for like, with my Botox every time that I went, yeah,
yeah,
I would for sure do it, but I think, like, we literally need to, like, start making content about a lot of this stuff
I
because
know.
especially with, like, a lot of the stuff on our list that we do, like I said, like, it took me a really long time to, like,
Mhm.
perfect it, to, like, get to where we're at with being able to do a lot of these
Yeah,
things, so I feel like I have a lot of, like, little tips that we could share in content that would
yeah,
help other people.
I
So,
agree.
do we have anything else on our list of stuff that oh, pedicures, I go get those done sometimes.
I don't unless it's, like, my mom randomly, but I do my own toes as well,
I do it as
and I'll do gel, so then it's, like, lasts longer,
mhm,
so I don't have to go as off or, like, do it as often,
yeah,
and I feel like toes last forever.
mhm. Well, yeah, that's why I usually go as, like, an event way, like, in a way where it's like, "Oh, do you wanna go do something?" Do you know what I mean? Like, if a friend wants to,
Mhm.
like, go do something like that, I'll go do
Yeah.
it, but other than that, I'll do it at home.
I would say, like, tattoos, but I don't think that's really, like, self-care or DIY, like,
No, I also
we don't do our own tattoos.
I would.
Yeah.
That's the thing, I
Mm,
probably would.
a little stick and poke action.
I have a kit I've never opened, it sits in a closet.
Oh,
The ink is
alright, bring 'em here.
definitely expired, but needles are probably still good.
Yeah, I think that's it for what we pay for, but
Mhm.
we get into what we do not
Yeah.
or
Right.
what we do ourselves.
Mhm.
Our nails, the first ones, we both do our own nails, whether it's gel or dip or
Mhm.
tips or acrylic. We do it all.
Mhm.
I don't get crazy with designs or anything. I can't do that stuff, but I just started learning dip this year and I feel like I'm still not 100% like that confident in it or like that good at. It's good enough. It's good enough, but it's not as good as like if I went and got it done, I think,
Right.
but it's good enough.
Then that's all that matters. And I mean,
Yeah.
nails are like the perfect example of ones that like I had like the worst learning curve with the way that I was trying to originally do it because I originally started doing dip during COVID when everything was shut down and I hated it. Like they just were not coming out right. Like at this point I had kept my natural nails so long and they were like breaking off because I was like putting too heavy of coats and like I
Mhm,
literally hated it. So then all through COVID I just didn't do anything with them because my nails are thin and don't like regular polish. Then I went back to getting them done when everything reopened. But then it was before Nashville because I remember the nails that I did for Nashville when we went. So I think it was October before that. Because I remember going for my birthday and being like, this is the last time I'm ever coming to a nail salon. Like, I'm going
mhm,
to figure this out. So I transitioned to the way that I do my nails now is one of those things I know that this would not work for everybody, but it's what works for me. So I buy basically like full nails, like they're not just tips, they're the full
mhm,
almond shape. So I'm not spending time shaping anything. Um, File, acetone, and then extra strength nail glue them onto my nails. So they're no different
mhm,
than just regular press ons, but I like the design part of it. So I have invested in a bunch of like colors and stuff so that way I can just paint on with regular gel, whatever color or design I want.
mhm.
And that just works for me because I don't care about them being like perfectly done dip. I care about like painting them fun colors. Like that's just always
Yeah.
been what I care about with my nails. So again, I know that that method won't work for everybody because I know there's not a lot of people that want to file an acetone and then put extra strength nail glue on their nails, but and they're
I mean,
like then
that would
glue.
be $90,
Yeah.
so they last forever. That fucking glue goes nowhere.
Yeah,
Like, these
literally.
things they last a
You can
long time
open
with that
cans.
glue.
It's
Yeah.
literally my best found gem on Amazon. You can get a 4-pack for $5.99, but actually let me go buy another pack of them before I tell anybody about it.
Yeah, literally, let me, get them all, but we'll link that for you too, because Lex
Yeah.
put me onto this glue, and it's amazing. Because like, press-on ones always fall off after, like, a
Mhm.
couple days. These, literally, they're not budging, so you better make sure it's, like, pointed the right direction, because it's so damn strong, it's, like, super glue. One time I was trying to remove them, and I'm like, "Lex, I cannot get them off," like,
Oops,
you're
sorry.
like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
Like, I put these on 2 weeks ago and not a single one of them has moved, and, like, I open cans with my nails, like, I'm, like,
Mhm,
picking stuff off, like, it doesn't move. I mean, my regular nails, I feel like, are not that unhealthy. Like, are they the healthiest they've ever been? No, but, like, they're not
mhm.
destroyed, so I feel like pros and
What,
cons to everything, like
how do you make your, gel last on, like, plastic? Because I remember I did, like, a gel color on mine. I don't know if I just didn't, like, buff them or, like, file them down enough so it's not, like, shiny on the top, you know?
oh, I don't even
But
do that.
it didn't hold it.
I literally don't even
Do you just put the gel over, like, the plastic and it
yes,
stays? I don't know why mine doesn't.
that's really weird. No, mine I have
Do
done
you do the
both
base coat
though.
and then the color and a top coat?
No, so I don't do a base coat. I
I didn't
literally
either. I
oh,
just did the color.
I just
'Cause I
put
was
the
like,
color.
"Oh, maybe the base coat will be weird," so I just
Mhm,
did color and then top coat and cured
yeah.
it, and they peeled off, and I
No,
was like,
I've
"What the."
literally never had it like, peeling is one thing, like, my nail will crack in half before the gel
That's wild.
peels off. I wonder if it's, like, the brand or, like, the light or something. Because I actually
Yeah.
just recently learned that there's a difference between nail lights and, like, the gel that you're using with them, like, you have to make sure that it's a gel that will cure with the wattage of the lamp that you're using, or you can get contact dermatitis. I fell down a
Oh.
fucking rabbit hole with doing your nails at home. But I
Damn.
just learned there's like a difference between that. And I actually noticed it when I went home to New York. I used my little sister's lamp to fix one of my nails that had broke off when I was there. And her lamp cured my nail in like 7 seconds. I'm not kidding. I was like, how did it just do that? Because mine,
What the
I have to
hell?
sit there for the full
Yeah.
90 seconds.
Mhm.
And I was like, actually, I'm just realizing that I forgot to ask her, like, send me a link to that because
Yeah, what? That's wild.
it
I
was,
use OPI for gel colors.
oh, I use, hold on, I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, just send me that too. May as well.
Maybe I should just I'm just going to make a list on here and
Yeah, make me a Prime Day fucking page,
literally.
would ya?
Oh wait, they are
Just
on Prime too. So it's okay. So the two gel brands that I'll use that I feel like are vetted enough on Instagram reviews that I are not sketchy. So the only two brands that I'll use is Model Ones, but it's one word, and Beetles, Beetles. Those are the only two that I'll use. But I'm sending you right now the link to the box of colors that I just got
okay,
because
perfect. I
they're
need that.
on Prime Day.
I
Like
know for someone who doesn't wear color, you always do fun nails.
it's been the one
That's
place
your
that I've always
contribution to color.
yeah. My contribution to not always wearing black because I will do
Yeah.
fun stuff on my nails. I've always been like that though. Well, I think it's because this one nail salon I used to go to used to kind of like force me into doing it because they'd be like, "Look at the new top coats that we got." And I'd be like, "Oh my god, do one on each finger. Like I want to see all of them." And then like every time I went there they'd be like, "We got these new colors. We got these new top coat." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it all."
Yeah,
So,
I love that.
I think they kind of pushed me because I used to just do like light pink. Like they were just light pink
Mhm.
all the time.
Same. Light
I'm like,
pink
"Mm."
or black or
Mhm,
red. Those are like
mhm.
my go-tos because that's like the only gel colors I have. I currently don't have nails. I'm trying to give my nails, like real nails, a break. So I just did gel, and usually gel does not last on my natural nails. And it's been a week and it has like really held up. I don't know if I just like did a good job of like wiping them with the acetone or what, but mine are all El Natural right now. It feels really weird because I'm used to the
Something clean.
oval and, like, having nails, but it's been very easy in terms of, like, doing stuff. So but I think I'm trying to grow, like, my natural nails so I can
Mhm,
do dip with my natural nails
mhm.
because I like the feeling better.
That's when my
Sometimes
nails were the
I don't know.
healthiest.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, like, when I glue things on, I feel a little claustrophobic in a weird way. I don't know
Mhm.
why. I'm like, I feel the glue or, like, something stuck to my nail, and I get weird.
No, it's definitely something to get used to because I went from doing dip on my natural nails for like I mean, I was getting my nails consistently done, I would say, since I moved to Charleston in 2014, and I was doing dip
Mhm.
when I moved here. Like, I remember having to find a specific salon because it wasn't everywhere. And my nails
Mhm.
were the literal healthiest they've ever been, was when I was only doing
Yeah.
dip on my natural nails. But I don't have the patience to do dip at home, and I don't have the patience to go get dip done anymore.
It takes so long, oh my
Yeah.
god, and if you take them off and you don't do, the dip
Mhm.
immediately right after, your nails will all break off because like,
Yeah.
you have to do them. I was
Mhm.
getting mine done for, like, a couple months. I was going to this girl who did it out of her house, and she was,
Mhm.
like, incredible. She did such a good job, and then I just, like, lost 2 clients, I think, and I was like, "Do I really need to pay $90 to do
Mhm.
my nails when I have everything at home?" So I stopped going to her, but she was amazing and did my nails were so healthy too and long. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
try to get them back there, and then maybe I'll just do gel. I don't know. I'll get this gel kit and just, like, fuck around and find out,
It
I
depends.
guess.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
depends. Well, because something else I was doing for a while was I was doing clear dip, like transparent dip, so
Oh,
that I
yeah.
had the strength of the nail that I wanted, and then I was just doing the gel on top to give it the color that I wanted. That was also I didn't mind that. The only thing with that is, like, you have to, like, really get the dip, like, flat, and I just was not having that. I did not have the patience for that.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like mine looked good when I was doing the dip at home, but then when they grow out, it was like a mountain right here, like,
Yeah.
by, like, the cuticle. I hated when they grew out because it
Mhm.
was like a mountain, and I'm like, "This is so annoying." I don't
Right.
like how that looks because then they look fake. I don't know, mine didn't do that when I was getting them done, but
Mhm.
for some reason, when I did them at home, it did. So,
That
pros
yeah.
and cons, you know?
Yeah, there's pros and
Pros and
cons to
cons.
literally every method of it. And
Mhm.
one of the pros of doing it the way that I do it now is if one of these breaks off, I literally just glue it right back on in the same spot that it was.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, redo it and put
Mm-mm.
the dip back on or the
Mhm.
gel back on. True, that is the nice part.
Yeah, but I mean, there's
Um
also again, I my natural nail health is not the best with this method, but it's not bad at all. Like
Mhm.
it's fine. Everything is fine. So anyway, now that
Yeah.
we've talked about nails for 25 minutes,
I know.
just kidding.
Now onto waxing for the
Now let's
next
talk about
25.
waxing.
I think a lot of people are scared to wax, which, like,
Yes.
rightfully so, because you can I have had my fair fucking share of, like, hurting myself, and I
Mhm.
feel like it took until literally you sent me Lexa's, like, sent me everything, actually. Um, you sent me the wax that you use, like, the hard wax. I used to use
Changed my life.
Yes. Oh, it's, like, amazing,
Mhm.
and I used to use the honey, whatever, the one with the strips.
The
Oh my god,
microwave
it's
one.
awful. It's actually awful. Yeah, the microwave one, definitely do not recommend doing the strips because even though it's, like, easier to just, like, rip a strip instead of, like, having to, like, get a little piece of the hard wax, like,
Mhm.
it gets everywhere. It's so messy. TBT to when it poured all over my cabinet and my floor. I literally still haven't fully gotten it off of the floor because I had to, what's the hot, like, steamer thing? The
Like a steamer.
I think it's yeah. It's actually I don't know if it's, like
Like the floor mop one?
no, like, the like, when you
Oh, yeah, just
you
like a
hold it
clothes steamer?
no.
Oh.
It's, like, the one that you, like, clean shit with, like, it's
Oh, like
crazy.
a detailed thing?
Yes, it's, like, the
Yeah.
really hot one, and it's,
Mhm.
like, don't put your hand anywhere near that because
Yes.
it's so hot, and it finally got, like, parts of the wax off, but
Oh
I
my
need to do
god.
it again, I think.
That's
So,
so
yeah, it's very
annoying.
messy, and then God forbid you, like, can't rip it all off, you have to do it again, and then you're gonna
Mm.
burn and it burns, it hurts, it's, like, too hot, like, you can't, like, make the temperature right, I swear, I'm just like,
Mhm.
hard wax only.
I'm so wait, I actually don't think we've ever, like, caught back up. I'm so glad that you're
Oh,
using it
yeah, I
now because
love
it
it.
literally changed my life. So
I love it.
I was using I don't remember what brand. I know the Gigi one is super popular, but, like,
Mhm.
fuck the microwave ones, fuck the
It's
pre-made
awful.
strip ones. It's the
Mhm.
$35 you will spend on this wax kit on Amazon is the only thing you ever needed, and then the only thing you ever have to rebuy are the beads that go in it, but
And they're not expensive.
no, it's like
Way cheaper than a wax.
yes, and it's again, waxing itself at home, I think can definitely be like, if you're somebody who just the pain of it is coming,
Yeah.
it is what it is, but
If you have very thick hair, I think it's also like, I don't think I could do this on myself.
yes. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
and don't get me I mean, there have definitely been times where I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this
I
off." Like,
know.
I'm
Some
so
parts I'm
scared
like,
right now.
"Ooh."
Yeah. It's like a mental war for sure,
Yeah.
but
It's all in your head.
it really kind of is though, but I know
Yeah.
there's also, like, sensitivity things and, like, this one I think was the hardest to master
Mhm.
for a long time, but as soon as
Yes.
I switched to hard wax, like, it became so much easier. So, I mean, I with the so there's soft and hard wax. Soft wax is the kind that we talked about where, like, it goes in the microwave, it can
Mhm.
spill if it tips over. Hard wax, you don't and so with soft wax, you put it on and then you put something on top of it to peel it off. With hard
Yeah.
wax, the wax hardens and you literally rip it off like a strip.
No mess.
It's
It
all
doesn't stick
gone.
to stuff. It's all gone.
It's
It yeah,
life-changing.
it's amazing. Like,
And
I will
even
never go back.
yeah, me, like, I cannot. And even with so, like, your actual technique of waxing, so I struggled with this for so long. You are supposed to pull against your hair. But when
Mhm.
you put wax on going down the direction of your hair, it's not getting, like, underneath it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now what I have to do is go against my hair and then go down with my hair, and then it pulls off
Yes.
every single hair. And I swear starting to do that mixed with the hard wax, like, it makes
Mhm.
the process so much easier. It makes the process not as, like, scary, I think, because before it's like, "Oh my god, is it gonna work? Do I have to do this 5 times?" Now it's like 1 time and it's gone.
Yes. Yeah, because I struggle with that too. I'm like, I don't like hard wax because every time I do it with the direction of hair growth and rip it, still hair is like on there. And I'm like, I don't want to go over it a million times.
Mhm.
And you're the one that told me, you're like, well, go. I know it's like bad to say and like not how you're supposed to do it. Like go against the hair and then go back down like with
Yes.
the hair. And that has worked. But there are just some people that can't, like
Mhm.
everyone I tell that I wax myself because I will be like in front of this mirror.
Mhm.
I will be you know,
Somersaults,
spread eagle, and if
bear
you need the light,
down.
I literally put a ring light, like,
Yep. I'm all up in there.
I used to literally do it for my friends in college, like,
Yeah.
all the time because nobody was like, "I'm not doing this shit myself." Like, there's no way I couldn't rip it. I'm like, "I can."
Yeah, I literally can, it's
So
fine.
I would volunteer myself as tribute for all my roommates.
Because so okay, so wait, so that
Times were tough, okay? You're in college, you gotta save some dough.
well,
They'd give me, like,
literally,
$15, and I'm like, "Sure."
you'd be like, "Buy the beads, buy the wax." I
Yeah.
do not actually mind so, I know we also have brows on the next one, but I actually, for my brows, will use the pre-made strips only because I'm usually just doing 2 little quick ones. Like, when
Mhm.
do you wax your brows, or are they just, like
I do. I just pluck them, but I
yeah.
would like to wax, but the one time I got my eyebrows waxed when I went for, like, a facial, she was like, "Let's do your brows." So I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay." I broke out so bad everywhere around my eyebrows, and I know her wax is good. They used hard wax and,
Yeah.
like, she put stuff on it. It was one of those, like, bougie eyebrow waxes where it was, like, jade rollers and did a mask around it, so it's, like, calming.
Wait,
But
there's
after
so
that I broke out so bad, I was like, "What the hell? I don't wanna do this anymore." So I was too scared to do it.
so one of the first times that I waxed my facial area, like, I did my brows and I did my lip at home, I broke out really bad, so I was like, "Okay, obviously, like, I can't do that, like, I'm doing something wrong, like, I don't know if it's the wax, whatever." So then I was back to, like, getting it professionally done. This was, like, forever ago, like, I was, like, 18. Then, like, 3 or 4 it was definitely COVID. Literally, COVID is when I really started doing a lot of more of this stuff, but so during COVID, like, obviously everything was shut down, and I really, like, dialed in on what I was doing, so I experimented in every different way, and now the only way that I can wax my brows or anywhere on my face at home without breaking out is if I wash my face with orange dial before, the, like, antibacterial orange
Oh, yeah.
soap. I don't know if it's like and I also will exfoliate the day before because I think what was happening was I wasn't getting enough bacteria off my face before I was ripping the hair out, and then I think the bacteria was going in the open hair pore, and that's
Mhm,
what was making me break out because now I can do it and I don't break out. And I also am very picky about what I'll put on my face after I wax anything off because I am very scared of breaking out. Like I'll use the most like gentle moisturizer ever and that's it for like 24 hours.
mhm.
So that was also something that so anybody listening, I want to say that if you've ever tried waxing your face at home and you break out, try the antibacterial dial soap beforehand because it's the only thing that makes me not break out in those areas.
Hmm, I'll try that because I know she wiped, like, with something, and I don't know what it was, but I think
Mm.
it's like a
Oh, yeah, not to say that she didn't do that. I
whatever.
just real I figured out that's why
I'll
I
have
was
to give it a
breaking out.
try at home, though, because I haven't tried it at home. That was the only time I did it and
Mhm,
broke out. So I was like, "Okay, maybe I'm just too sensitive or something to it." So I
mhm,
could give that a try, but yeah, I've always, like, plucked and trimmed
mhm.
my eyebrows
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, me too. I actually tried a brow lamination one time and was like, that's the look itself is just not for me, but then also you literally are sitting there with, like, plastic wrap on your forehead like this for, like,
Mhm.
20 minutes. I'm like, "Okay, I feel
Yeah, no, I
a
would
little
look very
silly."
angry because my eyebrows, like, go so, like I already look angry as it is, like, my face. So, if I did it I've done it with, like, the elf, just to see
Mhm.
what it would look like, and
Yeah.
I did not like how I looked with it. Some people can definitely pull it off. I
Mhm.
cannot. So, I will
My
not be
brow
laminating my
hairs
face.
naturally go this way. Like, my brow hairs, like, when I brush them up, it looks so weird, like, my brows are just meant to go this way. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people I think can make it look really good. I'm not one of those people.
I don't even really love, like, gel on my brows. Like, I do it,
Yeah.
like, at the end, like, a little bit. Like, I don't really like the feeling. I don't
Mm-mm.
know.
I don't really put
Yeah,
anything
it's
on my brows to
sensory.
hold them in place. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, if I can,
Another
like,
sensory
feel
issue I have.
yeah. If I can, like that I'm very weird about makeup because of sensory issues. Like, if I feel something on there that I don't want to be feeling on there, like, if there's too much, like, powder somewhere, or if there's, like, a foundation that's too thick, like, I
Mhm.
will freak out.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
doesn't
like it.
I know we both have, like, fucking problems.
Our sensory issues are showing.
Yeah, literally. Okay, our next one, self-tanner.
Mhm.
I've always done it myself because I don't tan in the sun, I burn. So, I have never been able to get tan naturally, so I have always relied on self-tanner, and I have went through a few different ones. But I have found one I really, really like because it's like an all natural one. I used to use like Bondi Sands, then I used Loving Tan for a long time. I loved Loving Tan.
Mhm.
Tried a bunch of different ones, but Earth Rated, I think that's what it's called, or Beauty. No, not Earth Rated. That's Benny's freaking wipes. Um,
Oh, yeah.
Beauty by Earth, I
Mhm.
think is what it's called.
Is it the
And they have like
brown
a
packaged one?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like all natural. The dyes in it are from like beet juice and
Mhm.
like vegetables, so they use vegetable dye in it because when you
Mhm.
think about it, you're literally having something seep into your entire body,
Yeah.
and it's like red dye 40, which, like, again, happy medium with everything, but when you're doing it on, like, a weekly or biweekly basis like I do,
Mhm.
like, that's probably not good.
Right.
Um, so yeah, Beauty by Earth is really good
Mhm.
brand if you're looking for a self tanner.
Mhm.
And then the mitt, like, the mitt's important too. There's, like,
Ooh.
those cheap ones, but then there's those really soft black ones that are the
Mhm.
best.
Yeah.
The exfoliating.
I actually like, I would say my routine leading up to doing self tanner is what actually made like, forget the actual self tanner itself. Like, I think if you know what you're
Yeah,
doing, you can make, like, any self tanner look good. But the only so I wish I could use the one that you use so bad, but I tried it one time and I am so pale that it makes me orange. Like, I just
really?
could not
Oh,
yes, at least that's how I felt. Like, I have to use one that has, like, purple undertones in it because it literally counteracts what I feel is the only one that makes
yeah.
me not look
Oh,
orange.
yeah, tans look different on everyone because we have
Yeah.
such different skin and
Mhm.
undertones, and, like, it's crazy how some can look really good and then other
Yeah.
people can just look, like, so
Mhm.
different.
Like, the slightest bit of warmth in either makeup or a self-tanner tone,
Mhm.
like, immediately makes me look orange because I'm so pale. So I have
Mhm.
to be, like, super selective of which one I'm using, but unfortunately, that kinda cuts out because a lot of the natural ones are the dye comes from, like, some sort of vegetable, which is usually, like,
Mhm.
carrot or beets, and there just naturally is, like, a little bit more, like, gold to them or, like,
Yeah.
warmth to it that I don't know, maybe I could try again, or I'm sure since the last time I looked, they have, like, other options, but I use the brand B-Tan. They're my favorite.
I haven't
You don't? They're, like, cheap, like, literally, they're at, like, CVS.
yeah, that's another option if you're a cool tone, you know?
Mhm. Yes, if you look orange, I can also link the one that I use with purple tones in it, but I also so my self tanner, I feel like looked really bad until I started exfoliating right before, like, I
Mhm.
now know, like, I use one of the little mitts, like
Yeah.
the glove mitt.
Yes. With,
Um
like, a scrub. You can make your
Mhm.
own scrub if you want, but,
Yeah.
like, it's mostly sugar scrubs because that's what's gonna really
Mhm.
exfoliate.
Yeah. And then actually lotion
Shaving
after,
or
I feel like
waxing before. Don't
yeah,
wax right before. Not right before.
not right before. I also but you're, like, supposed to shave before you do it, but I also won't shave right before either just because sometimes it, like, goes in my, like, pores and, like, looks
Yeah.
brown. I actually usually get it on my stomach, it's
Mhm.
really annoying. I'm like, "Of all places, could you, like, go somewhere else?" Like, I'll
Yeah.
get, like, little like, I look, like, dirty. I'm like, "Great."
I know
Like, if
mine's always, like, under my armpits. I hate
Mhm,
that. It's so
mhm.
annoying.
Yeah. And I don't really know that's one thing I haven't quite figured out how to fix yet, like, I think it just is a
Mhm.
con of doing it that way because when you think about it, like, you're literally spreading it into your pores, so, like,
Yeah.
There's no
I think once you do laser hair removal literally
yeah,
everywhere, maybe that's what will,
no,
or waxing,
literally.
like, if you wax your armpits. I can't
Mhm.
do that until the winter because I just refuse to grow hair like that in the summer,
Oh,
like,
to make it
BB tank
long enough to
tops.
wax, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because then it needs
I
to.
Well, that's been something really nice with the laser hair removal because so for laser hair removal to work, you have to shave right before. Like your hair has to be fully grown out and then shaved off and you just laser right after. So because it's summer and I'm not letting things grow as long as they would be to be fully waxed, I'm literally just shaving and then like laser hairing really quick. Like it literally takes 5 minutes. But it's
Yeah,
been nice because well, and that's something else too. You're not technically supposed to do it like when you're in, like, extra sun exposure, like, I maybe shouldn't be doing this during the summer, but I'm also not spending a ton of time, like, laying out in the
yeah,
sun right
it's
now,
too
so I
fucking
think it's
hot anyway,
yeah,
so.
I literally am looking for anything to do indoors right now.
Yeah, it's almost the perfect time, actually, if you ask
Yeah,
me.
actually.
It's way
Um
too damn hot. In the fall, you're out doing stuff.
mhm. Yeah, but yeah, it's been I think it's been working, so I'm excited that it's
Good.
super quick, but that's something that's nice about it is, like, you don't have to let anything grow out to do it. It just sucks it's not something that
Mhm.
gives you, like, hairless results
Yeah,
right away,
right away. Yeah.
but I
Well,
think it's working.
it's worth it in the end.
Mhm.
Patience.
Is a
Rome wasn't
virtue.
built in a day, baby.
Well, I have, like, 0
I
patience
know,
left.
I'm like, "Okay, immediately. Now. Right now." As we're talking about self-tanner, I'm sitting here in a spray tan,
Yeah.
but it's because my mom gave me one, okay? I didn't pay for it.
I need to redo mine because my makeup is starting to look a little bit darker than my body, I think.
It's ugh, I hate when you're, like, starting to lose it and then you're
Mhm.
starting to get, like, blotchy in places and you have to scrub again. It's just,
Mhm.
like it's, like, the best in the first, like, 4 days, I would say,
Yes.
self-tanner. 4 or 5 maybe if you
Mhm.
can if you're, like, really lotioning after even before, like, lotion all over your hands, the back of, like,
Mhm.
your ankle, your elbows, knees,
Oh, yeah,
like,
wait,
little
that's do you use, like so I have, like, a brush that I'll use to put on my
on the
hands.
hands,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like,
The
just
brush is
because
really smart. Even,
mhm.
like, the spray tanning method they use, they have a fluffy brush they use throughout the process of spray
Yeah.
tanning you, so it, like, I don't know, just blends everything in way better, but, yeah,
Mhm.
using, like, one of those
Mhm.
buffing brushes for your hands
Yeah.
and not a lot of product on the hands because
Mhm. No, very minimal.
yeah, very, very minimal.
I also have
It's very hard
noticed
figuring out tanner, but
it is. That's why I'm like, I feel like it looked so bad until I started
yeah.
exfoliating right like, with a glove in the shower
Mhm.
before you're even putting it on. I recommend not putting it on immediately after you get out of the shower. Give your body some time to cool down be
Rinse with cold water if you can bear that.
mhm. Lotion, the mitt, like, the black mitt and the back thing are literally lifesavers, and then
Mhm.
the brush for your hands, and I actually have been using a an old beauty blender and doing the, like, face contour with it because
Contour,
I
yes.
won't put it all over my face just because I am very scared about breaking out from it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like a nice way of, like, having a chiseled look when
Mhm.
you're not wearing any makeup. I saw a ton of people do that for, like, weddings. If
Mhm.
they want, like, a very natural look, they do, like, the spray tan, but
Mhm.
obvious or not spray tan, the self tanner, but
Yeah.
make sure your face can take that obviously before you do that for any big event.
Mhm. Yeah, I very much am scared to do it because my face breaks out if something
Mhm.
even looks at it wrong, but actually it's been really under control. Like, I really think I
Your
finally
skin looks great.
figured it
It
out.
looks
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I actually have a new oh, wait, I actually think it's, don't you use the
Kale cleanser?
no, I know that you use that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's not skincare, it's makeup. The It Cosmetics, the face
Mhm.
is that what you use?
It Cosmetics CC cream?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had a sample of it in a Sephora order a few weeks ago, and I just bought like a f not a full size, I got a trial, like a
Mhm.
mini travel size of it just to make sure that I,
Yeah.
like, love it, but I have been loving it. Like
I love it so much because
yeah.
I hate the, like what's it called? The glow screen or whatever. I hate the feeling it smells like sunscreen. The It Cosmetics, I feel like, doesn't smell like sunscreen,
Mhm.
but it also lasts all like, if you wanna do, like, a going out look, like, I still use that. I don't even use
Yeah,
foundation. I rarely
no.
will use foundation because I hate the feeling.
No, the coverage in it is crazy.
Oh, it's insane.
It's crazy.
And if you want it, like, not so coverage, you use your fingers, but if you want full
Yes.
coverage, you can use a brush or, like, a beauty blender.
Mhm.
It's, like, so versatile. Love
Like, it's
her.
literally I would say it has more coverage than some of, like, the Giorgio Armani foundation
Mhm.
or, like, the Givenchy foundation. Like, I have 2 very
Yeah.
expensive foundations sitting there that I'm like, "Fuck, I like this CC cream more than either of
I
you
know.
right now." Like, I can't believe I spent
I
$55 on each of
know.
you.
It's the best.
I also yeah, it's been I love it. So, I also think that has something to do with it because I just feel
Yeah.
like my makeup has looked so much better the last few days using it,
Mhm.
and I'm
No, your
obsessed.
skin looks really good.
Thanks, so do you.
Glowy.
So do you.
Glowy girls. And then our last thing that we do together, our
Together.
last thing that we both do is our lashes.
Yes, and
We
this
use
is,
different
like
lashes, but we both do them
mhm,
ourselves.
this is relatively newer for me, at least.
For me too, I feel like it's only been a couple months that I've been doing the lashes.
Mhm, like, I think like, I remember we were doing them when we were in Dallas, weren't we? Which was in September of last year, so I think literally we're coming up on, like, a year of
Oh, really? Oh my god, it's probably been that long, yeah.
I think so.
Or was I
Only
doing
be
fake lashes?
I
I
don't
don't know.
remember. Well, that's what's hard is because I've always put fake lashes on this same way, like, I would always cut them up and put glue on them
Yeah.
and stick them on from underneath because I just think they look better.
Okay, wait. I
Now we need
didn't
to
have
figure out the timeline.
Oh, I started them what was 25 weeks ago? I don't know how long ago that was.
Like 6 months.
Okay, yeah, I think I started my one 6 months ago because during our photo shoot ones, I didn't have them, and then for my hair chop, I did, which was
Mm,
January. So, yeah, almost a year.
yeah. Yeah.
7 6, 7 months.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically I think we literally did it at the same time. I mean, I could look up when my first
Mhm.
order was, but so we're talking about lash they're technically called lash clusters, I think is what they're, like, actually called, but
Yes.
we actually use different kits, I think.
Mhm.
What's the one that you use?
I use Pro Lash, and it's like a subscription
Yes. So I use
subscription
Lilac
base.
Street, but they're I don't even know why I started using them. I think I just had, like, a deal with them for the first order or
Mhm.
something, and then I just set it up on auto ship, but it's they're lash clusters that you put on from underneath your lashes, and the glue or the adhesive that you use, they last for, like, a week or more. Like, I think
Mhm.
it's technically, like, 7 to 10 days they're
The
supposed
amount
to
of people that, like, ask me about it's insane. They're
Mhm.
like, "Where do you go? Your
Yeah.
lashes look so good." Like, so many people, and I'm like, "Thanks, I do it myself." They're like, "What?" They
Yeah.
think I'm, like, sitting down and doing, like, the individual ones.
Extensions. Yeah.
I'm like, "No, this takes 5 minutes, and
Mhm.
it's $56 a month for
Yep.
3 pairs." Like, it's crazy. I just can't lay there for 2 hours or an
No.
hour and wait for my lashes to get done, and it's every 2 weeks, so it's just like
Mhm.
it was a lot of upkeep, I think, doing it, like, professionally because I did do that for a few months before this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, even, like, I've gone and gotten lash extensions. I've gone and gotten
yeah.
lash lift and tints. I've done lash lift and tints at home with the same laminating kit that I did my eyebrows. Um, I actually really didn't mind it. Like, it was nice to be able to, like, have the lift from it, but now that I do
Mhm.
these, I just don't need that.
And I feel like it's not that damaging to my real lashes because
Mine
I
are
don't know why. I
fine.
feel like when I was getting extensions, like, I had no lashes, and you always have to take a break.
Mhm.
But I haven't in 6 or 7 months taken a break from these. I do them, like, every 7 to 10 days,
Mhm.
and my real lashes have been, like, in a really good place, so
Yeah, I
I
haven't
don't
had
know
any
what's the
problems with my natural lashes. That was something I was gonna say though about taking the breaks is like that's what I do like about these is like I almost will like time it up with my week. So like I just
Mhm,
put these on this morning because I had this. Tomorrow I have something else that I need to
mhm.
like have them on for. Friday and Saturday I have things that I need them on for. Sunday I have something I need that like but then
Yeah.
on Monday and Tuesday of next week, I don't really need them, so I'll probably take them off on Sunday night and, like, give myself the few days to, like, have a break
Yeah.
without them when I don't.
Yeah, I'll do, like, 2 or 3 days off,
Yeah,
and
so, like,
then I
it's
do them
been
again.
it's just nice because, like, when I was doing lash extensions, like, for probably, like, 2 years straight, I just couldn't, like, rub my eyes, like, ever.
No.
So, like, it's really nice with these being able to, like, take
Mhm.
a breather from them for a few days, but, like,
Yeah.
they're not uncomfortable, like, at all. Like, I'm
No.
sitting here and I'm like, "I literally don't even feel these on my
Which you would think, like, originally, I was like, "There's no way putting them underneath your lashes is
Mhm.
comfortable." Like, I think the ones over your lashes are worse because they weigh
Yes.
down your eyes. Like, I think
Mhm.
these are so comfortable. You don't even feel them. Like,
No, I
I've
literally, like
rubbed my eyes and they stay on, like, it's so
yeah, I,
much
like, wash
better.
my face and I'm like, "Doo doo doo," like, and they
Yeah.
literally don't move, and I'm like,
Mhm. And
but
it's
that's
nice because when you're getting extensions, like, I feel like so many fall out because 'cause they're, like, one little pieces. This one, it's like, if a little chunk falls off, you can just, like, glue it back on,
yes,
and
that's
it's not
what
in little pieces. Because
mhm.
once you're approaching that 2 weeks, I remember I would have, like, this eye, like, is missing them, and I can't, like, fill
Yeah,
it back in, so it would suck because I couldn't I'd have to wait for the appointment to be able to, like, have full lashes again, and if you have an
mhm.
event or, like, I just it wasn't for me. Not saying it's, like, a bad thing for anyone else. I know
I
they
think they
a
look
lot of people
fine,
that
like
get them, they look
yeah,
great. They
I
look
love
amazing. I wish they looked the way they looked the
yes,
whole time. That's
mhm,
why I love these because they
yes,
look the
they
same
do.
for, like, over a week. I
Yeah,
was
I
even
get
getting, like, my bridal trial makeup, and I was like, "I can take these off if you, like, prefer different lashes," and she's like, "No, these are amazing."
yeah, yeah, I
So,
mean, I
I
love
love
them,
them.
I think they look like, they don't like, people think they're extensions, but then also, like, it
Mhm.
depends on so the one that I do, you can, like, pick different styles, so, like, I get 2
Yeah.
different styles, I get, like, a little bit more dramatic ones, and then I get a little bit lighter ones, and I'll kinda, like, mix them depending on the mood that I'm in, or go one or the other, and, like, when I have just the classic ones on, people are like, "Oh my god, like, what mascara do you have on right now?" Because it just
Mhm.
looks like perfect mascara, and, like, when the volume
Yeah.
ones are on, people are like, "Oh my god, where do you get your extensions done?" I'm like,
Yes.
"Literally my bathroom in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's
My
the link."
home. You're like, "Come see me."
Yeah, "Here's my card, you can book with me on Vagaro."
No, I know. I'm truly convinced there's nothing we cannot do, but obviously there are things we can't do, I'm not gonna
Obviously,
lie.
there are.
But I just feel like when it comes to self-care things and, like, DIY things, like, we are those girls. We will
Mhm.
DIY it if we can,
Yeah.
but we also treat ourselves to other things, but
Mhm.
we save a lot of money doing it the way that we do it, so it's
That's
worth it
true.
because we can just, like, spend that shopping
Yeah.
or booking trips or whatever. It probably adds up.
It probably does. I know, maybe we should use oh, see?
See?
It does.
Yay.
And we're validating. You girls are doing great.
I know, they're,
Thank
like,
you.
amazing sweeties. If you don't watch, you or if you do watch, you know we have these, like, thumbs up bubbles that always pop up, so one just popped up letting us know that we're doing a great job,
We're
so
doing great.
mhm.
I love that for us. Yeah, so this is everything. I mean, I'm sure not absolutely everything on the list, so maybe this will be a part 2 at some point, maybe in a different little bit different direction if we have run out of things, but yeah, we're very into DIY, makeup, skincare, like
Mhm.
esthetician things, like all of it. Like I actually think that's kind of my backup plan. Not that
Yeah,
not
I
that I
always wanted to do that,
yes,
always.
me
I was
too.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna be, like,
Mhm.
doing that." I don't know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kinda low key getting into that, but we're not gonna talk about that.
No, 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 not in a way where I think I
Cut
need
it
to like
out.
pivot to this, but it's just always been something that I'm like, I could see myself doing something along those lines.
Yeah. It's so therapeutic, like, when you're getting a facial, I'm like, "This
Mhm.
must be so satisfying for you,"
Yeah.
especially when they're, like, doing your, like, blackheads and stuff. I'm like, "Oh, I
Mhm.
would love to do that." Like, that must be so satisfying.
No, literally. I love that. But
You
yeah,
never
so
know.
we'll be back to talk to you next week. Actually, maybe we should talk about what we're going to talk about next week so that we can give people time to
Oh,
finish
yeah.
if they haven't.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys cheerleader documentary series.
Show? Yeah,
Um,
I don't really know what
yeah,
it was
on
supposed to be.
Netflix. It's all about the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and, like, their recruiting process,
Mhm.
and it follows, like, a few of them, and yeah, we just finished watching it. So we're gonna do a little debrief. So if you haven't watched it, you have this week to watch it if you're interested, or you can just listen to the debrief if you don't want to watch it,
Mhm.
or watch some TikToks or something. But we'll be back next week to debrief that.
Yes.
And
No, I
thunder.
the way the thunder like, I like
I need
no,
to
you
learn
don't
the dance.
understand.
Like,
You don't understand. Have I ever danced? No. Have I ever cheerleaded? No. Can I do 90% of that?
can I do
No.
a
But, like,
split? No. Can my leg go any higher than
I'm
like
ready to
in 30
go, girl.
degrees?
Like,
No,
I need, like, 1 or 2 shots of tequila and an open
literally.
room, and I'll
When
figure it out.
Lex is here next month,
Pom-poms.
wait for the thunder. I was a cheerleader, but I quit.
I was not. I have
Yeah,
no
I
professional dance training.
no, I couldn't like do the count. I kept going by the music and I didn't go by the count. I would just go by beat drops and that says a lot about me. So
You march to the beat of your own
yeah,
drum, and that's what's important. Well,
truly.
yeah, that's how I know I could never be the way these girls are, like, all in sync, like, I actually
No, it's
cried, I think, every episode
oh
at
me
something.
too.
Put it on as, like, background noise almost and not expecting to be like, I watched
No,
every minute, I cried with them, I cried when
same
people
here.
got cut, like,
I
there's
know.
so much we'll talk about with it because
Yeah.
there's also a lot that they didn't put in there that, like, we need to talk about, I think.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So stay
Okay.
tuned. We'll see you next week for that. We'll link some of the DIY things that we use if you're interested. And we'll see you back here next week.
See you back here next week for the Thunder Dance. Learn
Thunder.
it. Repeat it.
Okay, that's fucking annoying. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging. If you aren't sick of us yet, jump over to the Socially Unfiltered Pod Instagram.
Check out the social media manager blueprint,
And everything else you'll need can be found in the show notes.
and we'll see you next Monday.